What's up, everybody? AJ's Bills here. Just gonna give you a rundown of what's been going on with the EP3 the last couple of days. So I ran the return fuel line, so I'll show you how I ran that. Up here, this is inside the passenger side wheel well. I have the regulator up there. So I can give you guys a shot here where I ran the line. I ran the line through here. I'm still routing it a little bit better, doing some cleanup. Gonna run some more zip ties along it. I just got zip ties to hold it in place. It's just a return line. I ran it here. I ran it along the fuel rail. Then from here, I ran rubber line up into the top of the tank, and that's where my return feed went. So that's the return line I was running. Here's the bung I put for the intercooler. I'm gonna show you guys here. This is the Wastegate 90-degree blow-off pipe I built. I built it so that when the wastegate shoots off, it comes down to the bottom of the car instead of goes towards the firewall. And it looks close, but it does clear the axle probably by about 1/4 of an inch. And that axle spins, but it's mounted so it's not gonna move. So that's the wastegate. And then I just have to build an adapter pipe here to adjust from my new mid pipe to the pipe that exits to the back of the car. The intercooler has this big U-shaped pipe. That's the bottom pipe. And it goes underneath and up to the blow-off valve pipe that runs into the throttle body. And then you have this pipe here that curves down. It goes through the back of the headlight pocket. There's a little pocket there. And that's the one that runs along the top of the intercooler. I'm gonna get the car down and show you guys where I put the regulator. That pipe, like I said, that comes up through the back of the headlight ducting. I ran it behind the battery, up and over into the intake part of the turbo. Now I have the piece in the throttle body that runs here. Blow-off valve comes down, shoots all the way down underneath, comes around the back part here, swings back into the bottom. I'm gonna mount the battery right here on the side. Let me show you guys where. So I tapped into the aluminum block piece, put an 1/8 NPT tap on it, put the 3/8 bung in the end of the fuel rail, ran my return line up and around, high out of the way from any heat. That's gonna have a mount right here. I didn't finish that yet. Goes all the way down and around, curves behind the master cylinder and comes right into, let me get it, look here, the back of the regulator. And then the bottom of the regulator is the line that runs right down to the back of the car. And the pressure is going to be set to 40 for now, just while it's on the way to the dyno, and they're going to adjust it from there. Then I got my vacuum line, ran it up, down and around. I teed in for the blow-off valve, but my main is teed off from the brake booster. Ran a T over to here, wastegate. This one runs along over into the regulator. Then we got the one to the blow-off valve and the wastegate. I took the intake, I cut a pipe. I don't have much room in here. I mean, the manifold, header manifold is back here. So to me, this is as far forward as I can get it. Down the road, I might run another pipe that curves out and comes out here, or it comes out the front, but that's where I put it for now. And then I ran my crankcase pressure line back into the intake so that the vacuum sucks the crankcase pressure out, the vacuum from the intake. So I have the crankcase pressure line, the intake hooked up, the filter on, the regulator. I'm about ready to go. I gotta put my reinforcement bar back on. I already have it notched, but I have to notch, I have it marked, I have to notch a few more spots just so that it doesn't rub on the piping. So after that, I got a couple more bolts to do, put the cover on, put the headlights back in, and it should be getting to the dyno hopefully by the end of this week. So stay tuned for that next video on it going to the dyno. So this is the recap where I'm at on the Turbo Build EP3, and I'll see you next time.